Well, hi, good morning. It's December 2nd today, and today I'm going to be putting this receiver into the big cabinet here, just sitting here. Yesterday I spent time working on the cabinet just to spruce it up a bit. This cabinet has definitely seen lots of travels in its day. It's in pretty rough shape. Still is kind of marked up here and there, but just a little bit of furniture oil and a little bit of paint and some other things. A lot of time spent cleaning the glass on that radio, picking little tiny bits of this and that off. But now it's ready for the radio to go in, and for the first time we'll find out how well this really works when it's back in its cabinet. Well, one of the most important things with these radios to get right is the light bulbs, the dial light bulbs. Very important to have the right light bulb and positioned in exactly the right place to work properly on the glass dial string. So this radio came with these two light bulbs in it. One of them is an 1813 and the other one is an 1866. Now in 1813, I'm just looking on the internet myself here. 1813 is a 14 volt bulb. This is completely wrong for this radio. This wouldn't even glow very well because it's only 6 volts here. So how'd that get in there? It looks right. It's not right. The 1866, let me just take a look here quickly myself. This is also not the right bulb, I'm pretty sure. 1866. What does it say about it? It's a 6.3 quarter amp bulb. So this would work because it's the right voltage. But the correct bulb, according to the manual, is a number 51. These bulbs come with a different series of numbers, so sometimes you have to translate number to number, but I've got some 51s here. As I was mentioning, it's very important to have the right light. Look at these. These have short little glass globes. I'm going to tell you why this is so important. So this is very typical of our old radio light bulb. Commonly you find a 47. Looks just like this. You can see this guy is a little tiny glass bulb. Now when they go into the holder, the back end is going to seat the same. The front end is going to stick way out on this. Position of the actual hot filament is critical in positioning these lights properly. You're never going to get it with this. You've got to have the correct bulb in there. I shouldn't say you're never going to get it with that. You might be able to get it with that. You can only do this when it's back in the cabinet. I can do the final adjustment here. When it's back in the cabinet. And the idea is you're sliding them back and forth on these grips. These are really tough. To move. I only want to go in one spot. Well, with some luck, maybe that's the right spot. This one's bent out a bit. Often in the wooden cabinet, the cabinet has been cut away for the bulbs to set in just a little bit, so the panel can come all the way forward as much as possible. I don't know. When we put this one in, we'll find out. But this is a really critical part. If you don't do this right, the light from these will shine on the glass, but it will shine onto the surface of the glass. The objective is to get the light from these bulbs to actually penetrate the edge of the glass, travel within the glass, and in that way light up all the words and whatnot. And the effect is fantastic. But you must have the filament lined up perfectly straight with the edge of the glass. This is all hard to see once you have this back in the cabinet. And this one feels like it's very hard to adjust. So just cross my fingers and hope it, just like this, it comes out correct. Okay, so I think I've got the radio. Well, I haven't got it unplugged here. Okay, I've got the radio completely disconnected from everything, ready to go in the cabinet. I'm going to work away on doing that. Okay, let's take a look inside the cabinet here, and I'll show you the special light arrangement, which I don't think a lot of people know about this, which is why I'm dwelling on it. So there you see the there's the chassis back in the back of the radio. You see the light bulb. Okay, now can you see that there's a little circle cut out of the wood, and the bulb is sticking into that circle? And then you can see the edge of the glass here, right here. It's the edge of the glass. And that's laid up flat against that board, which means the light bulb filament, like to line the light bulb filament up, the bulb has to go, like the glass part has to go past the glass pane. So the filament will line up exactly with the edge of the glass. That's what that's all about. That's very, very important to get that done right. You see, with a long bulb, the long glass bulb would have pushed the light back and the filament back behind the glass a little bit. So you can. That's how this is. That's how it's got to be done. I wanted to show you that. And there again is the big speaker waiting to be tested out for the first time with the receiver hooked up to it. So wow, pretty interested to see what that's going to sound like. So in the back of the radio cabinet is some interesting information on some stickers you commonly find here. Here's the list of patents and tube locations, what the tubes actually are. This set is designed for and equipped with genuine radiotrons. So I think that's the RCA brand of vacuum tube, a radiotron. These sets were selling vacuum tubes, right? It was a big business in replacing tubes. It's the yellow, red sticker down here. I think that's more interesting, though. This red sticker. Red. Why red? I'll read this out because it's a little hard to see. Warning. Any person installing or operating this receiving set without first having obtained a license from the Minister of Transport of Canada is liable, on summary conviction, to a fine not exceeding $25, and the said receiving set may be forfeited to His Majesty by order of the Minister for such disposal as the Ministry may direct. Then the last line is just about just the radio model. So what's going on here? You have to have a license to operate this radio. So this radio is from the 1940s. I'm not sure the exact date. I'm going to guess 1942, 43, but I'm not sure. It might be earlier. The concern here was spies using radio equipment to receive and to send messages. And so what the government did is it forced everybody to buy a license, thereby registering their radio with the government. Then if the government cared to, it could send a truck up and down a street. And in that truck would be a sensitive radio, a direction finding type radio, and they would listen for the local oscillator of radios in the area. Or they would try to pick up the IF frequency of the radio. And then they would check and see, hey, did this guy buy a license? He has a license, he has a radio, great. And this is how they would sniff out unlicensed radio operators who were potentially spies, or perhaps they're even a transmitting spy, which I guess they would pick up a transmitter much more directly. But they could figure out you were listening because the radio you're listening with is also producing signals. That's my story on this anyway. $25. Wow, wouldn't that hurt? Okay, so I have the broadcast antenna installed here. The antenna has a stop on it. It can't be turned past this point. It only needs to be rotated about 90 degrees to achieve all the possible directions. So there it is. The antenna also has in the back here a wire grip, if you like, and the wires are coming up from the antenna through the wire grip, I guess to spread them out. I have them kind of twisted up. Okay, let's see, push buttons are in. What's left? Antenna's there. I'm not going to put a magic eye in just yet, we'll leave that out. Hook up these wires, the three wires, the front, center, and rear wires. Okay, hook them up. Okay, well that's everything in the back. Time to spin this guy around. Okay, hey, it's missing a couple knobs. Okay, I'm going to put the knobs on, and we're pretty much ready to give them a try. So before turning the set on, I want to make sure the pointer is lining up right at the edge properly. So let me just line the camera up here. So we're hoping the pointer is going to line up with these end dots. Pretty good. Very good. Excellent. Okay. All that's left now is to turn this on, but I'm going to go and have a little break before I do that. Okay, I think we've reached the big moment here, the unveiling of the radio. I don't expect this to go 100%. That way I won't be disappointed if something doesn't happen, like the lights don't come on. Oh, the lights have come on. And I'm able to look back and see the bulb. The bulb is not in the right place there. I'm not so sure about this one. Here we got some sound. That's pretty good. We're on band A. Here we go. Who knows what we're going to pick up here. Check the tone. We should start picking up actual stations down around here. 590, 640, 680, 710. I'm already past 1010, we didn't hear that. Okay, let's keep going. A huge noise signal right on 640. I'm going to adjust the antenna in the back.
Then wait another 24 to 48 hours to see if Robbie Ray comes back, have him go to Seattle or someplace, and then be left with nothing.
I think it happens all the time. I'm not in that room, so I can't talk to it specifically.
Very good.
But I know that I did that a lot of different times too. You know who you're dealing with. You know the agents.
Now with the antenna adjusted, let me just check a couple stations in here.
You make your
610. Can't get 640 because it's covered by the noise signal. 680. $740. The putt-putt is some kind of interference. I have no idea where that comes from in my house here. It's, I don't know. Antenna aimed. So that's the French station. That's a big thumbs up. I just realized I didn't hook up the shortwave antenna yet, so I'm going to stop, hook on the antenna, and we're going to hear what we can hear there. Okay, I have the shortwave antenna on the back. We're going to go right to the top band here. Start there. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We might pick something up down here, but not likely. Not likely to hear anything. So that's Morse code. It must be a ham radio band right in here. I thought I heard a voice too. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, no surprise, nothing heard much on that band. Now we'll go to the 19 meter band, 15 megahertz. There's a good chance we're going to pick something up here. Cuba. Okay, got one signal there. Now we'll drop down to the 11 megahertz or the 25 meter band. We should pick up some stuff here.
Usted es el que le gusta mucho estafar a la gente. Pero si ahí no hay estafa ninguna, señor. Ese gallo no podía estar ahí donde estaba tú. ¿Por qué no iba a poder estar? Porque nosotros, si vos hubiese...
Pretty sure that's Cuba.
Y cuatro no son gatos.
Sí.
¿Y tú crees que
Two
un
Cuban
gallo
stations
puede
there.
estar al lado de tres gatos y que los tres gatos se los coman? Eso será loco.
I think it's Cuba. Next band is the 9 megahertz band, 31 meter band. Again, good chance we'll pick something up here at this time of day. Nothing on that band. When you're listening to shortwave, the signals are fading in and out. They can be faded low as you tune across them and you miss them. That's why you saw me doing a lot of this. I thought I heard something, so. Also, sometimes faster tuning, especially on a band spread band, enables you to hear something as you go by it, whereas if you go slow, you might miss it. Nothing yet. Now the last band is very low frequency, 2.5 megahertz. That's awfully low, but it does go all the way up to 7. So we could pick stuff up in this area, perhaps. This isn't quite the right time of day. We're now on band B. Mostly noise. Just maybe right at the very top. The tuning is extremely sharp on this band because the frequencies are crunched together, from 6 megahertz to 7 megahertz. That's been crunched, so we got to tune very slowly. There's something waiting here. Too weak though. Okay, wow, that's the first ones through. That's great. I think that's a great response, even though it's not too exciting. It's it's noon time here. This is not the best time to be listening to shortwave. So fantastic. I have to work on the lights. Let's shut the lights off in my shop and just look at the panel and see what it looks like right now. So what I see with my eyes, and the camera actually makes it even stronger, is it's overlit on the ends here. And that's indicative of the bulb not being in the right position. And it's tending to cast light more on the back than it is, it's lighting it up. It's okay, but it's not the way it should be. If I get this right, all these numbers should just be popping out. So that's my objective after lunch. Let's see if I can't do that. Now it's so dark here, I can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Speaker working great. No hum. Pointer not dragging anywhere. Excellent. Push buttons popping in and out. Hey, you still got this on? We do. I'm on the push button setting. I tuned this one button. Hello. Well. Something up with the buttons here. The wires on backwards? Those 3 wires? I put them on backwards? You know what else we have to test? The Bluetooth. All that after lunch. Maybe I can figure out what's going on with these buttons after lunch too. Okay. Great. Very good. That's good. That's very good. Happy. Go eat lunch now. Okay, so it's pretty difficult. I've adjusted the bulbs forward as far as they can go. The glass bulb is banging into the cabinet, so it can't go any further forward, and that's the result that we get out of it, which on camera the light looks stronger on the edges than if you look with your eyes. It's not quite like that. It's not bad at all. Very good. Okay, next thing is to find out how accurate the shortwave dial is on the front. Okay, so what I've got going is got my signal generator operating. It's feeding its own little antenna. It's going to broadcast. This guy's going to pick it up like a signal out of the air. And first we're going to see, let's see, signal generator set at 15.2. So we're on the 19 meter band here. We're on this band here. 15.2, right there. Here we go. Right on the money. Okay, next band down. You can see where 11.8 is. We're going to go for 11.8. So I'll change my signal generator, drop a band here. Okay, there's something right there. No, not at 11.8. Let me dial in 11.8 over here. Okay, that's 11.8. That's where it should go. Right on the money. Oh, 2 for 2. Let's go to the next band down. I'll try 9.6. Okay, I'll tune my signal generator here. Okay, it's at 9.6. Let's see if we can still pick it up there. Right on the money again. Excellent. Okay, we'll try for 4 megahertz. See how this goes. Okay, so this may not this may not come over the radio. Here we go. 4. Weak here. Let's see if I can boost it a bit. I'm not sure I can. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if it'll do now. I think it's right there. Okay. Can't be too sure. That's a very low frequency there. One band we didn't do is the one right at the very top. Let's go up there. So we're going to try around 18.5. Change my signal generator. 18.5. You hear me go by it there. So we're set to 18.5. Just a wee bit off. You can't complain about that. Excellent. If I just adjust the camera a bit. There's too many reflections. There it is, dead on now. A little bit of parallax there. Excellent. Very, very good. Yeah, that's great. That's just great. So the last thing we're going to do is going to wait till a little later in the afternoon. It's only a little after 12 o'clock right now, and we'll try this again when the short waves are there to be picked up. Let's see if I can just make my do the last thing. Can we make it focus? Can you make it focus? There. Oh, it is focused. Okay, great. Really fantastic. I'm really happy about that. Okay, so we'll come back in a couple hours, couple or 3 hours. I'll try it again. There's something to pick up. Fantastic. Okay, one last run through. This is 6 o'clock in the evening now. Totally dark outside. Let's start. I'm going to skip the 19 because there won't be anything there. We'll start on the 25 meter band. The top end here.
Biológicamente, su sistema intestinal va a ir al baño lo más frecuente posible, todos los días. Y esas personas que van... Tu salud en tus manos.
El gobierno de los Estados Unidos de América ha indicado acerca de su política migratoria.
As pessoas não são necessitadas com trabalhos técnicos de Everson Urani e apresentação de Baboseiro e Luciana Vieira. Uma boa
Okay, next band, 31 meter band.
Una voz que diga más modernamente.
The time there is 6 o'clock. So I didn't really like the way the light had shown up on the dial, so I actually spent quite a bit of time getting these lights into the proper position. I had to pull them right off and bend the brackets a little bit and stuff like that. Otherwise I couldn't push them far enough forward to get the filament to line up like a glass. And then the other thing is, there's, here, just a second here. So what I've done also is that I've added a piece of paper here, cardboard, stiff cardboard, that's blocking the light from getting out or reaching anything other than the edge of the glass, because that's how I want to put it. And that's really improved the way the front looks. Pretty happy now.
That's what, I mean, it's just like, wait a minute, boys and girls, grams and grams of anybody with half a brain. This story doesn't matter. In any way, the way they do make diamonds, by the way, you do not need tremendous pressure. You do need the electricity. And so, I suspect that they're doing a process that the diamonds are being made by the electricity, not under tremendous pressure. And in fact, vast fields of diamonds have been discovered literally around other stars, in orbit around other stars. And diamond is just a spectrum, so you can tell today that's a diamond from a spectrum. And also, you can this phenomenon on Earth,
Well, it hasn't been very good conditions tonight at all. The whole evening I've been coming in here and turning on this radio and going through the shortwave bands, and I've been checking on other shortwave radios, and it's such a very, very bad night for shortwave. So that was a little bit anyway. That was around 5.9 megahertz in that area. So that's it for today. I'm hoping for maybe better conditions and then really get a chance to hear this guy. In the meantime, it still needs its magic eye. Otherwise, it appears to be working really quite fine. So thanks a lot for watching this series. This may be the last video on this radio.